Welcome to this instructional video on planar analysis drawing. In this lesson, I'll walk you through the full process of simplifying and understanding complex three-dimensional forms by breaking them down into angular planes. This approach improves your ability to analyze structure, refine accuracy, and train your eye to observe form, light, and spatial relationships more clearly. A planar analysis drawing helps us see beyond surface details and understand the geometric foundation of what we're observing. It's especially helpful for improving proportion, studying light and shadow, and developing strong observational habits. You'll need a sketchbook or drawing pad, graphite pencils HB and 6B, an eraser, a viewfinder, a measuring stick, and optionally a ruler. Throughout this demonstration, I'll refer to a simple still life I arranged featuring a lemon, a lime, and a small bunch of bananas. All drawings were created from direct observation, not photographs. Step 1. Block in. Start by using your viewfinder and sight measuring tools to establish the general position of the objects. Lightly block in the space and structure using basic shapes and construction lines. Use minimal pressure. These early marks should be erasable and flexible. Step 2. Perimeter drawing. Next, sketch the perimeter of each object. Focus on scale and placement. Use multiple seeking lines. These allow you to explore possibilities and refine proportions through repetition. Seeking lines also create rhythm and help you feel the form more intuitively. Use your measuring stick to check angles and relationships. Once you're confident in the shape, refine the outline with your eraser and reinforce the final contour as a clear light line drawing. Step 3. Simplifying contours. Now trace over each form's edge, converting curved contours into straight, faceted lines. Try to define each edge using just 4 or 5 turn points. This process transforms organic shapes into structured, simplified forms. Step 4. Begin planar analysis. Choose one object to start. I began with the lemon. Identify its root form, in this case, a modified sphere. If slicing it crosswise reveals a circular shape, that's an indicator of a spherical, cylindrical, or conical root. Draw a longitudinal axis from top to bottom. This center line defines the length of the form. For the banana, which we'll address later, this axis follows a gentle arc to reflect its natural curvature. Step 5. Cross-contour ellipses. Next, identify transverse axes. These are perpendicular to the longitudinal axis and span the width of the form. Use these to guide cross-contour ellipses that wrap around the object. If drawn correctly, these ellipses reinforce the object's three-dimensionality and suggest how the surface turns in space. Optional tip: try drawing contour lines directly on your object with vine charcoal or a marker. Then, return it to your setup and use those visual cues to guide your ellipses. Step 6. Interior planes. Now begin describing interior planes. Imagine carving the object from a block of wood. Use segmented lines that run along the longitudinal axis to mark major planar edges. These divisions create the illusion of top, side, and angled surfaces. Each form should be divided into 3 or 4 major planes. At this stage, your drawing might resemble a globe with latitude and longitude lines. Use light and shadow to help locate natural breaks between surfaces. Step 7. Secondary planes. Evaluate your drawing and add secondary planes where necessary. Enough to suggest complexity without overwhelming clarity. Before you move on, refine all planar edges so they appear as straight, segmented lines rather than arcs. This unifies the approach between the object's perimeter and its interior construction. Step 8. Apply process to other forms. Repeat the same steps with the other objects in your still life. For example, the banana requires a gently arcing longitudinal axis, which informs how the cross-contour ellipses and planar edges are constructed. Each object will demand slightly different adjustments based on its root form, surface complexity, and degree of symmetry. Take your time with each step. This process is not about speed, but about careful observation, structure, and simplification. Planar analysis helps you see form more clearly, describe space with confidence, and communicate light and volume in your drawings. As you continue practicing, you'll develop a deeper understanding of the geometric logic behind complex organic forms.